Everybody loves trading gold these days. It's one of the best things to trade, especially once you master it and understand how it moves. We're going to be talking about some gold characteristics and how we like to analyze it in the Forex market here on this video. This video should give you guys a good understanding on how to approach gold, because when gold picks a direction, it can really stick with that direction for a good amount of time and really start trending. And this is going to be similar to some of our other videos where we talk about identifying trends. Your goal as a trader is not necessarily to catch the bottom or the top of a trend. Your goal is to maybe catch a piece of the trend, whether it's a longer term trend or even a shorter term trend. I'm going to show you guys right now on a 5-minute chart, scalping gold trend style, on how we like to analyze it or approach it, similar to some of the other stuff that we focus on in our education. So if you guys haven't seen some of the other videos, be sure to catch up, watch some of our other content so you can kind of get familiar with some of the things that we focus on. Because in Forex trading, guys, it's not like you just jump around from strategy to strategy to strategy. I think at some point there's a trial and error in practicing and you test different strategies, but you get to a point where it's okay, I know this information, practice this information, apply this information, stick with this information, build a plan, focus on a strategy. You get to a point where after 6 months to a year of trading, you have a basket of information and knowledge that you know how to apply and use. And it's not what more is there to look for. It's okay, let me just get better at my trading plan and my strategies and what I know. So I'm at the point in my trading where it's not looking for more strategies, it's focusing on the simple things, get good at the simple things. That's what I did long time ago, was just take steps back and get good at the simple things. There's so much information in the market, indicators, tools, strategies, concepts. There's so many different ways to trade. You don't necessarily need it all, right? Knowing everything might make things harder at the end of the day. So you want to basket things down and keep it simple and just get good at the simple things. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the simple things on gold that we like to analyze. We're looking at gold today here on the 5-minute time frame. And if we can actually see, gold's moved over $50 today, which is over 500 or 5,000 pips just on the day. It's actually moved like 600 pips. It went from, if we mark the price down here at the bottom, the 1325 all the way up to right now 1383, 1385. This thing moved over 500 pips today. That's a big day, just in a couple hours, gold moving. So it's trended for the last couple of hours. If we actually look at gold here from about 10 in the morning until now, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. So we've had these hours of just trending momentum in the market. It picked a direction and it stuck with it. I'm going to show you guys how you could have taken advantage of this market condition, because this is something gold likes to do. Gold really likes whole numbers. So in Forex trading, you have something called psychological numbers. We have it here on the screen. So psychological levels are price levels, which often represent key levels and are indicated by a round number. If you guys are familiar with anything we've gone over already, you've definitely seen this before. We've talked about round numbers and psychological numbers in other videos before. Gold loves its round numbers. They often act like a support and a resistance, because round numbers, aka psychological levels, are where buyers and sellers are coming into the market a lot. Artificial intelligence and even technology, if you know what we're trading against in Forex these days, there's a lot of technology used with it, AI, robots. You don't think these hedge funds and these big companies out there trading with like billions and billions of dollars on a daily basis have technology working for them too? So us humans, we got to understand this stuff too, right? So that's why it's called psychological levels. It's a psychological thing. Watch some of our other videos, guys, so you can learn more about psychological levels. We have more videos on this exact topic. So let's get into it. Gold really likes its round numbers. I just said that, right? A round number, for example, is something like $2,000 for those that don't know and are watching this for the first time. We've talked about it before, but for those that don't know, $2,000, that's an example right here on gold. I'm going to put a horizontal line to show you guys how I drew that. So horizontal line, marked it right at $2,000. So if I actually click on the line settings, I can coordinate it right to the round number, the zeros. And what I like to do is make like a zone around my rectangle. Something like this, maybe a little bit thinner, something narrow. And again, we've gone over other examples of us doing this. That's just an example of a whole number. I'm gonna go back to the chart over here and I'm gonna click on something we call step 5. So if you look up here, we have our little toolbar here that says step 5, step 10, step 25. So we have step 5, step 10, step 25. This is one of our tools that we use to analyze gold. It's really, really good, especially when you know how gold works and you know the basics of Forex. I like to use this in my own analysis. So I like to look for a trending market. In this case, we have a trending market on gold for like half the day so far. Since 10 a.m. this thing has been trending. Now, if we look, there's waves of trends. If you know what an uptrend classifies as, it's gonna be making higher highs in the market structure. So one of the most important things to study with gold would be its market structure, I think. And then when it moves and the whole numbers. It really, really, really respects the psychological whole numbers. But you wanna know market structure because when higher highs are being made, in the trend, that means we're typically in an uptrend. And retracements could potentially be buying opportunities when we're in an uptrend. So an uptrending market, we're looking for those retracements to create support, potentially at a resistance like this, right? With gold, I'm gonna show you something real quick, and we call it step 5, right? If we turn on step 5, what that's gonna do is mark every $5 with gold here. So you can see every red line is $5 with gold. So 13, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we have every $5 marked on price here evenly at the round number. Step 10 would be every $10. Now step 5 is really good because gold moves a lot and there's different prices. Step 10 is really good as well, but I want to show you guys in this video just step 5 example. So we're looking at every $5. So I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit on the chart here so you guys can see. Gold's been trending this morning, and if you look where the reactions happen at, I'm gonna circle it for you guys. You'll see a lot of like support and resistance. So if we start down here, the market reacted, right? And it pushed up and we could see a reaction at 35. So right here, we kind of start some trending movement on gold. Now we don't have to get in at the beginning of a trend. Remember that. The goal of a trader isn't to catch the whole trend or the beginning of a trend. I think it's noticing that something's trending and then catching a wave inside of there, or maybe even multiple waves inside of there, or even just trying to hold that one wave out. Once something has sort of picked its direction, it's sort of recognizing once something has really picked its direction and trying to stick and go with that flow and looking for those retracements. So you could see this morning, for example, gold, how we had this push up retracement and then we had this big extension up making this high. So we're starting some nice trending movement. Now, if you look at the pullbacks, there's a couple of pullbacks gold ends up making here. There's this first pullback that comes down to 23.45. And you can see how we create a support there, right? Exactly what we're looking at in front of us right now, I've seen so many times with gold, even at different times. Tokyo session, London session, not just in these hours. This piece of the chart, how it looks, I've seen this a lot of times. Just how this piece looks on the chart of a nice trending movement for a while, hours of time, and the structure starting to shift, like we're making higher highs in the market. So here we create a higher high, right, at 2360. Look at the pullback that it does, right? That pullback it does. Those are the types of setups I like to look for in a trend. Right now I'm on a 5-minute chart. I could do this on any time frame. If I'm doing this on a 4-hour, it's a different style of setup. It's maybe a longer term setup. The 5 minutes gonna do this more frequently, right? So scalping, day trading style, right? If I'm looking for this style of setup on a 4-hour, it's gonna be a longer market, right? It's gonna be built up over time. If you look at here, for example, we have like a resistance here, right? You might see a resistance here, right? And what did the market do? It broke above that resistance, right? We broke above, and what are we doing? We get that pullback. We get the pullback in the trend, right? At this point, we're trending. The market's already moved enough. The market's moved up, down, it's pulled up, down. So the market's already moved at this point, or even at this point, right? We see behind us, there's trending movement. So it's called going with the flow, right? This is why they say in trading, you have to be more patient. And this is why I even say it all the time. You actually have to be more patient than being in the market, because part of finding trades can be just out of the market waiting for trends to set, right? Because it takes a time. It takes some time for a trend to build up, right? It has to make a wave, and then it maybe has to make a second wave. You have to create maybe that first and second wave for you to really see, okay, we have that change of character, or we have that BOS. BOS stands for break of structure, okay? If you don't know what that means, don't worry, we have other videos on that exact topic. Now, look here at that pullback. We have this push up, market structure getting higher, we get that first pullback, lining up right with that whole number. So when it comes down to looking for a setup, it's identifying the trend, right? Identifying that shift in the trend, like we've shifted, we're trending now. Identifying a market structure high, right? In this case, it's an uptrend that could potentially turn into a support on that retracement. We're tying a few things together here, identifying trend, right? Market structure, looking for support and resistance, but then we're using the whole numbers for entries, right? For possible entry points, we're using the whole numbers. Because if you were buying gold today was a good day to buy gold, right? In New York session, it's been going up for the last like 5 hours here. If you bought early on, right? Let's say you bought here, perfect entry at the whole number. Now the setup that was clear to me was here at 55, because at 55, at that point, the market's already trended a good amount. Like it's already made this wave and then it's made this high, right? So at that point, the market has made some structure, trending structure, higher high formed, higher high. And then the market goes on and makes another higher high. But if you look at the whole numbers on this, if you look at the whole numbers, right? They're perfect for entries. So this is why we like to use step 5 and step 10. So this is why we like to use step 5 and step 10. Step 5 can give us potential entries, right? If we zoom in, gold's a really volatile moving pair. So if you look at how it's been trending this morning, it's been sort of flowing through the prices, right? Right here, I'm gonna circle it for you guys. You can see we hit 45, but we were bouncing at 50. Once we broke 50, we went to the 55 and then 60. And then we came back to 55. So you see some price here. You see price, the market kind of flowing through price, making waves, right? From 55, we got this push up, and look what we hit. We hit another whole number right here at 70. And then where did we pull back to? We made another pullback. So if you can get used to seeing these things, because remember, the market is like us humans, patterns, behaviors, history repeats itself. We tend to have routines and things that we do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, us as humans. The market works like that. So it's recognizing these things kind of time and time again, like seeing this condition, another day, another week, another month. It's not looking for a bunch of different things. It's, okay, this is the same thing. This is how the market works. I want to learn how to navigate through it. It's not about also catching the entire trend, guys. You can catch a piece of the trend, the middle of the trend, or even the end of the trend. So that's going to conclude this video, guys. So that's a little bit on how we like to analyze and use step 5 and whole numbers, psychological levels on gold. Gold is really, really big. If there's one of the things I would study on gold is I would study its whole numbers. There'll be more videos showing you guys coming soon on this similar topic. So if you guys really like this video, drop a comment, because we got more videos just like this one coming out very, very soon on gold and more. After watching this video, guys, you guys should have a basic understanding on how whole numbers work. We got more videos like this one coming out, so remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more.